Hello to you at home, everybody who is watching at home. Hope you've had a lovely day and enjoyed the sunshine today, whatever you've been doing. Welcome. This is your church, The Light Online. So pleased to have you with us on this Sunday evening watching our church service. Hello to everybody who's checking in already. We've had Adam, Paula and June who are already checking in, and everybody who's watching this on a replay. We're so pleased to have you with us this evening for our Sunday Divine Service. Well, it is my absolute pleasure to introduce you to Steven Trolland, all the way from Aviemoor in the Highlands, brought to you by the power of the internet. Stevie, it's lovely to have you with us. Welcome.
Thank you. It's an absolute privilege to be here. Absolute privilege.
Super. Well, I think the first time I saw you work was actually at Spirit Quest, and then obviously over at the lovely Bitten Church with Matthew and all of the gang over there. Hello to everybody that's joining us as well. We've got Elaine and Susan and Madge and Jamie and Phil and Jan and Linda Marie. We've got lots and lots of people coming online now. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming and being with us. Just to introduce Steven, I will put his Facebook page up there for you to get in touch with him, because Steven is a CSNU. For those people that aren't aware of what that is, that's certification issued by the Spiritualist National Union for speaking, demonstrating, private sittings and teaching. So if you need to check out a bit more information about Steven, that'll be all on his Facebook page that I'll put on in a couple of minutes. But hello to everybody that's joining, Phil and Nikki, Mary and Susan and Helen. Oh my goodness, so many people. Thank you so much for continuing to come every Sunday and join us online and try to keep this light moving and going whilst we're in lockdown. Just a little bit of a special mention as well for our brothers and sisters in spirit over in Poole who had their first physical service today, where they also live streamed it. It's no mean feat. Well done to Lawrence and all of the team over there that have done that. And for anyone who's been to a Spiritualist church service today, for some of the churches that are open, we had you in our hearts and we were wishing you all the best success and love for your opening today. A little bit of an update from us. Unfortunately, we're not in that fortunate position to have our own church building. We hold our church services in the physical in a village hall. So we haven't had notification yet that we can open, but as soon as we can, you will be the first people to know as soon as we're able to physically open. So, ladies and gents, we are going to open our service the way that we always do, which is to light a candle, to create that sacred space that even though we physically can't be together, this in our minds and in our hearts is lighting a candle for however you want to light a candle, whoever you're lighting a candle for here on the earth or in the spirit, and to symbolize us coming together. I'm just going to grab my candle. And as I light my candle, just visualizing that interconnectedness of all of us, lighting our candles at the same time and sending light from our heart to your heart. Oh, wonderful. I'm going to hand over to Stevie now for the opening prayer, if I may.
Certainly, thank you. Let me just say that God is everywhere. So although you may be sitting alone in a room, there's no boundaries through the language of love. So as you sit at this moment, please know that God touches you. And if you're yet to understand who or what God is, then please just allow these words to wash over you as I lead you in prayer. Divine and infinite Spirit, great consciousness of all life, in which I refer to as God, as we all sit here at this time, or even for those that are watching this at a later date, knowing that you are within us, and through your natural world of cause and effect, and through the language of expression and love, we give thanks for being together, so that soul part of us can speak for itself. So during this service, in this time that we spend together, through your language of love. Allow that spark to touch each and every individual, so it lights up the candle and lights their mind, to move them, to guide them, to love them. Amen.
Gosh, wonderful. Thank you for creating that really, really lovely moment. Thank you. And now, friends, we're going to say the Lord's Prayer together. So we say, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And leave us not when in temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Thank you, everybody. We're going to continue to, just bask in the energy that Stephen and his people have created with that wonderful opening prayer. I feel I don't really need to say a healing prayer. There was so much healing energy in that, but this is the point of the service that we dedicate to absent healing. So if you know anyone who needs some upliftment or needs the love and energy of the Spirit to surround them at this time, please think of them in your thoughts, wherever it is that you send your absent healing. I'm going to read the healing prayer, and then we'll stay for a couple of moments listening to some music for you to send your thoughts out to Spirit. So friends, if you can go to that place, that still quiet place within, that you send your absent healing. And so we ask, dear friends, Mother, Father, God, we ask, may you desire to be healed. May what is wounded in your life be restored to good health. May you be receptive to the ways in which healing needs to happen. May you take good care of yourself, the planet, and each other. May we extend compassion to all that hurts within our body and our soul. May we all be patient with the time that it takes to heal. May we be aware of the wonders of our bodies and their ability to return us to good health. May we be open to receive from those who extend kindness, care, and compassion to us. May we rest peacefully under the sheltering wings of divine love and trust in the gracious presence of the Spirit. May we find small moments of beauty and joy to sustain us and uplift us. And may we keep hope in our hearts. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, everybody. Now I'm going to play some music for us to send our own thoughts out. Amen, friends. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining in with that. Well, this is the point that we hand back over to you, Stephen, for your reading and your philosophical address, if we may.
Certainly. Thank you. What I've chosen here is something that's quite personal to me, because it's something that I was inspired, should I say, by my soul to write. And everyone on this world is on an individual journey through life. But what we are searching for is really contentment that sits within us. And this reading that I've written here and chosen for you is called The Spirit Within. Walk with me, walk with me. Take my hands. Can you hear me? I am that silent power within you. Talk to me. I hear your prayers, your thoughts. We together are unique, and together are one and only beautiful you. The voice you hear is your own. I am that higher consciousness within you, living, a silent power of expression. If you nurture me, that silent sound, my voice will echo onwards through your life, like ripples in the water that can touch your mind and carry you. Take my hands and embrace me. My voice can be your freedom at will, from the chaos from within your world to where we can be still. The true power that will show you only truth, because I taste the essence and the sweet nectar through the power of life that carries you. Through your eyes, I see the beauty. Let me share with you. I can see each and every moment that time holds no boundaries upon. I can share with you what a moment holds, a sacred space where time stands still. But yet, through my eyes, you have the time to see and take in the sweetness that can do nothing but fulfill. The innocence that is yours, as every moment is new. My prayer, my wish, is to love you. As you grow to know me, your power, your sensitivity grows, and there are no bounds from worlds apart, as then you're able to feel your loved ones that have gone before you, but through me, because you have been spending time with, praying and speaking to me from your heart. The love that is shared will stay with us forever, as together with their love that touches and nurtures and loves the mind and the soul, we can see these as memories that we can forever hold. These, through our life, are the jewels of the mind that we can access and share at any given time. And as we come together and become one, life holds no boundaries through the power of love. You see the wonders that are within you that goes beyond any logical word, and life that yet we are to discover and find. And you will feel the peace and the gratitude as my love fills your mind. We can take in the wonders of life and the powers that unfolds before you and share, and bask within the gratitude and fulfillment, and growing to be aware. It is a forever unfolding journey where there are the gifts of the Spirit that will never fail to help you see all the purities in life, because you are sharing it with me. The love that goes beyond the physical emotion we can share. You hear me now. You hear me now. as time comes around from birth until now. You have begun to awaken and listen to the silent sound. As we walk this life together, we, as well as those you love, will never be apart. As long as you spend time with me, nurture, love, speak to me, pray from your heart. I love you.
My goodness me. Wow. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you to your spirit team for inspiring your mind so sweetly with those words that just seem to, it's that bone memory, that knowing, that sense of returning back to home, isn't it? Thank you.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome.
Oh, okay. The floor is yours. Okay. I don't know.
See, what I'm really trying my very best to do at this time is, yes, your ears can hear, but my wish is for every word that is lovingly spoken is embodied soulfully by a power that you already have that dwells within you. And that it helps unite that spark, that light, that candle, like I said in the beginning in the prayer. Because many people look to the spirit world for help and guidance, and it's not wrong, absolutely not wrong. But sometimes when we forget, we have the guidance and that purity of life that dwells within us, that can show us and prove to us and awaken a perspective upon life that it's not always in the everyday, going to the shopping and so on, but it is a unique journey, and we know that life beyond the physical perception exists. And you have that. Let me start by saying there is no one else in this world that is you. That makes you so unique out of the billions of people. And that is just a very small part of what makes you beautiful. And a way which is unique to you. Some people may be able to share their journey that I mentioned that can help stir something within you, but really what we're hoping to do is ignite that spark so you become you. So where that self-confidence, I remember someone, a dear friend, said to me, under the tutorship of an amazing teacher and tutor, when he was just about to get on the platform, he said, I am so nervous. And you can imagine a sea of faces staring at you, standing up there with nothing until you stand up there. And what this beautiful person said, the teacher, to my friend, you may be nervous, but your soul isn't. And at this very time, as I sat down here on this chair, I was nervous, I tell you. I actually saw my water shaking over the edges of my glass when I'm only joking. But there is an expression that I'm not sure really I can understand fully. Is an expression that says, heal the soul. How can we heal the soul? But to me, when we ignite that spark within us, it's the soul that heals us, because the soul is pure. It can see beyond the barriers of doubt. The soul has a living desire to be filled, whether it be in this life or the next. You see, that part of you that really it's quite difficult at times, because the rational and logical mind always want to come in and make sense of, to try and guide and try and make it happen. But if you really trust in yourself, it is a language of expression, as I mentioned. If we look at, say, a musician, for example, an artist, sometimes they don't know how or what they're going to play to create a song, but yet they can play it. And through that, they build a song. And I know many artists that haven't got a clue of what they're about to paint, but yet paint the most beautiful artistic work. And it's how do we, in our own way, allow that freedom to prove itself, to show itself. Now, there's this TV program I was on a couple of years ago. It's called Springwatch. And on this TV program, it was around my beautiful areas where they were showing it, so I was watching it then. But they came out with the most amazing scientific facts where they did tests on a primrose and a bee. And when the bee came close to the primrose increased the sugar within its nectar by 30%. That just, to me, that is nature at its best. How much are we really being blind to at time? I mean, I believe that everything in all life is around us all the time. It's only what we're aware of is what creates our reality, or even limits us by our own doubtful mind and own doubtful thoughts. And it's not easy. It's a continuous journey and a continuous, should I say, development. Because becoming a medium, in the beginning, I used to think, where's the spirit world? I used to sit and meditate, and it just wasn't working. I'm wondering, where is the spirit world? But what I got to know is me. And I'm forever learning through that expression as I find my relationship with that higher consciousness, which is me, part of me, and part of you as well. Now, with this scientific experiment, this TV program, Springwatch, they mentioned about the primrose and the bee, but what they did is they tried to recreate the buzzing of the bee manually, man-made. Didn't work. It would only respond to the actual buzzing of that bee. And now see, when we look at that, when we look at, yes, I'm not saying that we don't need to take in the beauty of this world around us, the people around us, and the life we can live materialistically. What I'm trying to show you is that you are so much more. Because look at that man-made buzzing of the bee, but yet the soul, God, through the power of nature, ignited the sweetness within the nectar as that bee came close. So then we look at how the soul can guide you to move you forwards to meet the people that are meant to be in some way in your path sometimes. And what happens is, when you meet that person, you'll know, or people, because it ignites the sugar, the sweetness within the nectar. It ignites the you within you, as they see the beauty within you, as they see and cherish who you are. Now, see if I was to get someone that's watching just now to stand up on a platform with a heap of friends, or should I say a lot of friends around them. This proves that you're more beautiful than you can ever possibly physically imagine at this minute in time. If one person was to stand on that stage, and each and every friend, even people that have just met you, that maybe just walked through the door of a spiritual church that maybe you opened the door to, or you kindly lit past in the hallway, if they spoke in a loving way with the intention to say how beautiful you are, but say, you were so kind to me in the hallway, thank you for letting me past. Maybe another friend, a dear friend that has been with you all your life, that maybe you came to a spiritualist church with, it doesn't even have to be a spiritualist church. If they were to stand on the platform, how long have they known you? How much beauty have they seen in you to be that true friend? If they spoke those words, any bets, without a shadow of a doubt, it would ignite that spark and that light within you, and that realization that sometimes could be an emotional time as your soul touches you. And then someone else after that, and then someone else after that. And then think, just for a second, how many people and friends have you met in your life that have seen and nurtured you as you have nurtured them? And I bring all that in to one single thought. That's quite impossible, isn't it? That proves to you that you are more beautiful than you can ever possibly physically imagine at this minute in time. Now, there is amazing Dr. David Hamilton is a guy that I've been watching on YouTube now and again. He's got a PhD in science, and he talks about the placebo effect and so on. He used to deal with pharmaceutical drugs, but he left all of that. So because he was so more amazed at what the effect of the placebo could do, which is a fake drug, basically, that how much the person could heal thinking that that was a real drug, for example. But he's got many books out and so on, but he talks about the effects of kindness, and that living thought creates the effect. And I talked about the natural world of cause and effect. It's something to think on. But even more so, it's quite hard to look at ourselves. Many people may have heard, if they've gone to spiritualist churches in the past and so on, mediums quite rightly saying, have you looked yourself in the mirror and told yourself, I love you? Or even just said to yourself, I accept you for who you are, for what you are. And I wonder, what can the soul see that the conscious mind may not? So the shadow of doubt that we hold upon ourselves within our own thoughts, remember that the soul can see further. As I said in the reading, the soul can take in the beauty as it unfolds. I'm very lucky to live in the beautiful Highlands of Scotland, where there's beautiful lochs all around. We've even got a ski resort here, and so on, the beautiful crystal clear rivers. And when I've been going through, say, a difficult time and I couldn't find my way out, I would go for, well, when I used to be an athlete, I used to compete years ago in snowboarding. I used to go for a run or even a walk. And I still do walk now, not much running. But being in that environment has that natural healing. And back then, when I couldn't find my way out, or when I was having trouble with sponsorship and so on, and financial difficulties, and many difficulties that people hold in everyday life, somehow I would come back with the answer. And that was before I even knew anything about mediumship and psychic awareness. So what we're looking at here is the development, or should I say, the natural nurturing that you give yourself so that soul can love you and hug you, embrace you, make you feel safe and content with yourself. And many people may know of an incredible medium teacher, pioneer called Gordon Higginson, and also another amazing pioneer called Leslie Flint. And Leslie Flint could, through his mediumship, the spirit world, were able to create direct and independent voice, which is a voice that you can hear as you're hearing my voice now, where people's loved ones can speak and so on. But in the beginning, Leslie Flint, he just wanted to live a normal life. I don't know if I want to follow that. And through many attempts that the spirit world did to move him to eventually fall into their arms and their love. Even through all that shadows of doubt, the soul knows where it wants to go and what it wants to do. And he became, as his guides, I would say call them friends, who was called Rudolph Valentino, who was a famous actor many years ago. And if you read his book, you'll find that it was only then is when Rudolph Valentino was able to say to Leslie, that basically, I'm so happy that you are going to follow this path. And because now that you have surrendered to this is my words, this little bit here. But Rudolph did say that you will be famous, you will travel the world, and one day you will give a seance in my room in Hollywood. And that happened. And it wasn't because Leslie's logical thinking, everyday material mind said, I want to go there and do a seance. This came around as what we call maybe by chance. But in some way, as he fell into the arms of his soul, for I would say, a lot of people may say soul purpose, but at this minute in time, I would like to say what fulfills the soul. Because sometimes it may put a perspective upon it to say, there's one purpose for us. I'm going to be a medium, or I'm going to be a healer, I'm going to be a mum, a dad, a grandmother, a nurse. But what fulfills your soul? That's what I would look at. But going back to that time, I wonder what it was that allowed Rudolph Valentino to be able to get a glimpse of the years ahead of Leslie Flint. I wonder what that was. Was it that he eventually surrendered, that then Rudolph Valentino was able to see, get a little glimpse of what was going to happen in time? So what I'm saying is, and we learn the art of surrender in our own unique way, maybe through nature, loving yourself, being around the right people, the courage to say, people that love you, that see the best in you. Those are the qualities that will help ignite that soul, that will help you follow your soul's path. When I talked about Gordon Higginson a minute ago, and now Gordon Higginson, he sat in his mum's circle at the age of 3. I think he got his own chair by the age of 6 in his mum's circle. But think of the amount of time that he spent within that power. And God, I wish you can imagine trying to capture all of his life in one book. It would be quite difficult. And the amount of, through the grace of God, that he was able to move people and change people's life, but not just in this life, in the spirit world as well. Imagine the yearning and them wanting to come close to say, it's okay, I'm okay here now. I'm alive. Please learn to live again. Therefore, I can learn to live with you. I can see the beautiful sights as you gaze over the sea, and take in the moment as it fills your emotions, and share that moment with you. At Gordon, one time that he was ended up being called to war, and it was in Greece. He got given a mission where he used to be flown and dropped off in this island, and so on, to look over I can't remember if it was a shipyard or an airport, I can't remember, but it's just to watch the enemy, to see when they're coming and going and so on. But what happened is they dropped him off in the wrong island. And this is what I'm talking about, being in that power. And Gordon was in that power all of his life, remember. And even then, his logical mind would be maybe thinking, oh no, I'm on the wrong island here. That means someone else is on his island. But nevertheless, he stood at the top of this hill, taking down notes and so on. And he said when an old lady walked round the corner, bringing him black bread and black coffee, and he just couldn't get over the thoughts of how did she know that I was here, because he was supposed to be spying, he wasn't supposed to be known there. And then eventually the enemy left and so on, and they moved down into the villages, and he heard a lady playing the piano that I think owned one of the houses where he was able to stay in at that time. And he knocked on the door, went in, and because he loved playing the piano himself. And then he got talking and told about, yes, I'm a spiritualist and I'm a medium and so on. And she said, oh, I know a medium. You want to come and see her? And she was like, of course. And the next thing you know, they're driving up this mountain. And then Gordon said, I can hear it in my mind just now, not that he's communicating, but I can hear it in my mind just now by listening to his audio recording when he was talking about it. And he says, wait a minute, this is my mountain. This is the same mountain that he was on. And he stopped outside an old shack. And then outside the old shack was that same lady that brought him black bread and coffee every morning. And he just wanted to know how she knew he was there. And the friend said, she'll know because she's the medium. And he said he had the most amazing seances. There was a great aunt that materialized, and he said a very emotional time, and his guide Cuckoo materialized and sat on his knee and so on. But can you imagine that? How did he end up, out of all the world, it's hard to put into perspective logically, to end up in that very spot, to be next to another amazing medium. Now, we've all heard the saying that like attracts alike. I wonder, has that got something to do with it?
Yeah.
And therefore, if you put your trust in that higher power, that higher consciousness, that is very much part of you. You see, this is the way I see it, just at this moment in time, so I can help maybe some that can grasp a perspective of it. We talk about the Great Spirit, what some people, the Great Spirit, God. And when we look at the soul, as that power starts to rise in frequency and vibration, it's already around us. It's consciousness. We're already part of it. And it starts to be embodied by the soul of us. So therefore, that's when God is able to ignite that spark within you, light that candle, and all that beautiful sensitivity, it lies within there. And then from there, as we distract our mind from the everyday, or when you're in a daydream or sleeping, is able to touch the mind. So God can touch you, move you through the power of the soul. Now, I've heard different mediums say that it's the soul, it's the Great Spirit that comes through that is embodied by the soul is the Great Spirit and is embodied by the Spirit of us. So the other way around. But to me, looking at it, really, only my thoughts, there is no difference. It's just a perception of using different words trying to explain the same thing. So therefore, if we learn ourselves to love and respect each other, that living thought will be ignited within you because you're living that thought. So the love and respect you give to others, you'll be also giving it to yourself. And just one last little part I'd like to share with you. Back to my favourite programme now called Spring Watch. Now, Spring Watch, they said, as an island in the Shetland Isles. This was 2 years ago. They said this. The NHS had come together with the RSPB, and then they were able to prescribe nature, and it had amazing results. Reduced anxiety and depression and so many other benefits. So look to the natural world of cause and effect as you have come into this life through that natural law and through love. And as God, I hope, has been embodied within these words that I have shared, even if you're listening at a different time or a different date, please know there is nowhere where God cannot be, no boundaries through the language of love, and there you'll be able to create that oneness with you, feel contentment, and your soul will lead you to be fulfilled. And I'll leave those loving words with you, and thank you for listening to me.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Well, do you know what? In the comments and the chats, you can hear a pin drop. Everyone was absolutely spellbound by your thoughts and that flow of inspired words from the Spirit. Gosh, thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you so much for your reading. That such amazing inspired words, and how beautifully you weaved your thoughts and kind of bringing everything through. Amazing. So much love for so much love for your address. Everyone's really enjoyed it, from all over the country, all over the world. People watching.
It's nice to see all these lovely comments.
Amazing. And your good friend
Adam
is on as well.
Thanks, Adam.
Yeah, he did a good job, didn't he? Really, really good job for Spirit. Gosh. And do you know, everyone that's watching this at home, there are so many wonderful ambassadors for the spirit world out doing their bit to raise the vibration, make us think, bring through that intelligence and emotion from the spirit world. And I could listen to you all day, actually, Stevie. I was just absolutely spellbound by that. Thank you so much. That was lovely. Everyone's really enjoying that. Oh my goodness. And I know a very good friend of mine who will desperately, I'm going to send this recording to her because she very much needed to hear the words that you're saying today. So thank you. Good. A message within a message. Isn't that wonderful? Gosh, I'm going to put up, here we go. I'll just stick that on now. I've just put Steven's Facebook page on there, so you can contact him via that to get in touch and find out what he's up to, where he is, and when he's working, and kind of courses and workshops that he's running, that kind of thing. So do get in touch with him. Thank you for everybody that's come on since we did the opening prayer, and the hello to everybody. And for everyone that's here for the first time, hello, welcome. We're really pleased that you found us in our little corner of Facebook and our little corner of YouTube and the internet. It's really lovely to have you along. Okay, we are probably going to reluctantly bring the evening to a close, and ask Stephen to send us out beautifully with one of his lovely closing prayers. Before I do that, just to give a couple of notices, our medium for next Sunday, I'm delighted to say, is our very own Jamie Williamson, from right here in Dorset. Really pleased to have Jamie along, so please do tune in next Sunday at 6:15 to see Jamie deliver some amazing, again, just this is the time for philosophy, isn't it, ladies and gents? This is the time, you know, we've got some time, and I know that Jamie is very much looking forward to serving you. And this Friday, which is the 10th, we've got Claire Stone, who's going to be on my page from 6 till 7. Claire Stone's a wonderful speaker, written a fantastic Hay House book, so do come and listen to her talk about her take on being a spiritual person in the modern day. Okay, gosh, Stephen, over to you for the closing prayer, and thank you so much for all your work.
Thank you. Please take your awareness to however you perceive. I should have said, just take your awareness within you, because you're already part of God. So allow me to lead you in prayer. Divine and infinite Spirit, that loving and creative power in which I refer to as God, as we have bathed within the presence and united together through your love so fully, and knowing that our dear friends, those loved ones that have taken that step before us, have been around us during this time, and have also been welcomed by the love that we have created together, as each and every one, so here watching us now or at a later date, gives thanks, and as we move forward within our lives, taking that spark of light with us, that candle flame that can touch our mind, we graciously thank you. Amen.
Thank you so much. Goodness, so many treasures in the service this evening. Thank you. And thank you to all of your spirit team for working with you so beautifully. Thank you. Thank you for everyone that's joined us this evening. We're going to say cheerio to Stephen now, but yeah, do pop over to his Facebook page and go and say hello. I'm sure he'd appreciate you popping over and saying hello to him. Absolutely. Whatever you're up to this week, just float on that wonderful energy that's been created. Just float into the rest of your Sunday evening. Be kind, be gentle to yourself. Go well, stay safe. And as beautifully said, just keep that light inside you for the rest of the week. Until we meet again, friends, we will see you next Sunday, and we will see some of you on Friday evening. Many thanks to you all. Take care. Night. God bless you all.
Thank you.